In this video, we are looking at Beyond Meat, ticker BYND. Now, this is key to note, up 20% on the day. They have just had their earnings, reason for this big move. Now, what are we paying attention to? So what we can see, obviously, this stock has been in a strong downtrend since earlier this year, or going back, a year. $97 down to $11. There is concern. It's made the deviations very wide, which has made our targets very far off, because the closest level we have is $24 and $28. So we will provide you these levels quickly, because if over time, over the next month or two, we continue this strong move, this is where we'd be having our main targets on. And again, this is where we'd flip more bearish. If we come to here, definitely something I'll be looking to short the way back down. But because these are so far off, what we will actually do is just really only pay attention to the shortest term time frame and just give you levels to trade over the next few days, or even kind of week. So what we'll be paying attention to, 20-day and 30-day chart. What are our levels? Now, we have just come into our first deviation resistance on the 30-day chart. We'll actually change that to the 1 hour. Shouldn't change all the levels, but it just makes it then the same. But we can see coming into this level, you're starting to see downward pressure. So again, be looking, we haven't actually exactly touched it, it's 1475. So be paying attention to that, because more than likely, again, it's very close to being a touch. It could be counted, but be watching for that initial touch if we do actually push back up, especially if we're moving at more of a divergence. Definitely could be a short bias opportunity, get that pullback. But again, what you would be watching for is if it breaks, you want to see it break above, come back to test it as a support, and if it can hold, then you're more bullish to that next move, which would be 1510. If we break that, again, we go further up, we're going to be looking at 1580, 1625, 1685, 1725, and final levels taking us to $17.90 and 1835. So these would be all our resistances. What are going to be key support? So we do have statistical mean at 1375. Now this would be the level of concern, and what do I mean by that? Obviously, we've done this move on a fundamental move on earnings. So if we start to pull back and we start to break below this level, and we definitely hold below it, that would be a bearish sign, and more likely that this the earnings reaction was an overreaction, which again isn't unlikely to see in the market. Most reactions are overreactions. But if we start to see closing below that, especially if we see a break below, come back to retest it as a resistance and start to sell off, this would be a good sign that we are most likely going to continue the overall downtrend, and we would be looking at least $13 as our next target. Going lower would be $12.65, then $11.90, $11.60, and final levels taking us down to $10.80 and $10.50. So anyway, that is the main breakdown on BYND. If you did enjoy the video, why not drop a like and subscribe, and check out one of these two analysis videos.